Chapter 15. Think outside the box. Even though it may seem that there aren't enough hours in the day to test all the digital marketing activities that you currently know about, doesn't mean that you should place your hands over your ears and refuse to hear about new possibilities. The opportunities that are open to you have changed so much over the last couple of years, and you can be sure that change will continue to occur at a rapid pace. Someone who isn't afraid of change is Aleda Solis, international SEO consultant and founder of Oriente. Aleda says, "My tip is about expanding and diversifying your current online marketing activities to include new platforms every year, leaving a certain budget to do so. Sometimes testing something that is just starting or you have seen has worked well in other industries or international markets is something that you should be doing in order to assess new opportunities. Even if it doesn't work in conjunction with your established goals, it can help you better understand your audience behavior. I do this myself too. I tested Snapchat this year, and for 2017, I'll be creating a messenger bot for which there are platforms that allow me to develop them without the need to be able to code. Examples of such platforms are chatfuel.com, manychat.com, and botsify.com. For Purna Virji, Senior Ads Training Manager at Bing, chat apps are a big opportunity.
Hey, so I think 2017, we're going to see a lot of conversations as a platform and just conversational interfaces. Now, that's a really broad term. It does encompass a few different things. The first one is messaging. Now, text messaging and SMSing is actually a really huge opportunity that I think we're going to just get more and more of here in the West. It's been pretty big with WeChat and all in China. And here we see things like Kik and early adopters like Sephora using chatbots to try to have these SMS conversations. They're really big to think about because most of these messaging apps, the top 4 of them, have more active monthly users than the top 4 social media accounts. So that's a bit bananas to think about. And they're only a few years old, so they're like the babies of the technology world, and they're still taking over. 2.5 billion active users this year, predicted to go to 3.6 billion by next year. And that's pretty big. That's more than the population of India and China put together and then some. My grandmother may not have Facebook, but she's definitely going to be messaging me on WhatsApp or an SMS. So I think that's going to be quite interesting to think about. We engage with text messaging. We probably would check a message that came to us probably within 5 minutes of receiving it, and we're more likely to respond quite quickly. So they're a really great way for customer relationship management and also for acquisition. Sephora is a great example. They have a chatbot that you can just send messages to and be like, I want makeup tips, or I want some product reviews, and they'll talk you through it as if you were talking to a person. So that's a big one I think we're going to just see more and more of. The other side of the conversation is actually the digital personal assistants and interacting with them. So that's going to grow more and more. We're going to see these personal assistants getting used a lot more and then curating the content for us a lot. So advertisers are going to have to pay attention to how can we break through? How can we be found by these digital personal assistants? So it's aligning with these goals.
Jono Alderson from jonoalderson.com believes that it's important to get early mover advantage into the emerging world of intelligent personal assistants.
So my big tip is to get first mover advantage in the emerging world of intelligent personal assistants. So things like Google Home, Alexa, which at the moment are gimmicks, but any minute now are going to become really, really serious as consumer behavior changes and these take off. So the first people to get there will win big. So specifically then, I guess, it's worth understanding that all of the big brands are fighting to get these IPA devices into your life. The Googles, the Amazons, the Apples are all competing for your living room and your attention, because they want to make things easier. They want to make it really easy to shop and buy in their ecosystem. The big thing that changes the way we need to market, and the key tip to take away, is to understand that they will start making decisions for consumers. When you want a pizza, they'll decide where it comes from. When your washing machine breaks down, they'll decide which one replaces it. The data they will use to make that decision is going to be in large informed by your past behavior. So what consumers have done in the past will decide how these machines make these decisions. So as marketers, we need to be marketing much higher up the funnel. Rather than waiting for the consumer to need a thing and to be at the point of purchase, we need to be creating data points and engagement and sentiment 6 months before that. So the brands who understand that they need to build a relationship with me now, in 6 months will be able to sell me a washing machine without me being involved in that decision. So market much higher up the funnel, understand that you need to create relevance and ownership of consumers' needs before they need what you sell.
As well as expanding your digital thinking into new technology, Shelley Walsh, founder at Shell Shock, advises that you should be expanding your focus to include offline.
Firstly, my thoughts are that we need to start thinking and getting out of the search box and become more resourceful in finding traffic sources. I think digital has come full circle and now it's more about classic marketing than anything else. And personally, the singular most important approach to marketing that any brand can make is to build a database list, and they can repeatedly engage and market to. So email marketing is the one area that I would recommend more people pay attention to, and how to build your business using a newsletter. Secondly, the resurgence of print is happening. And I believe that users absolutely crave a tangible experience of a physical item to read. And reading online is much more difficult, and I predict a rise in content being delivered in print. And digital campaigns being combined across email, DM, and also exclusive printed customer magazines and catalogues. And I envisage combining offline print content, which is delivered and works alongside digital content, which will offer a richer experience. So if you think of brands such as The Great Discontent, 99U, The Alpine Review, they're all excelling online to a very niche audience, and they're shipping highly desirable print magazines that sell out quickly. And I really see this as an area of growth and something that I'm looking at experimenting with at the moment. I actually spoke to a large mailing house, and they quoted a case study to me of a large corporate who's offering an IPO, and their combined DM and email campaign saw 3 times the response rate of the individual, either just the DM or the email campaign. So I think there's something really interesting there to look at. So my advice might be a little bit different to what everybody else is thinking, all the digital people here, but I think, having lots of different opinions makes for a much more interesting situations. My actionable tip would be focus on building your email list and database. And to do this, you can piggyback on existing lists by using other people's email lists from complementary services and businesses, so that you can actually direct their audience straight to yours. And then expand your focus and consider integrating a print experience with your digital campaigns.
The final tip in this chapter that's all about thinking outside the box comes from Dave Schneider, co-founder at Ninja Outreach.
I want to be super tactical and try to come up with something I didn't think anybody else would propose, and therefore I'm going to put forth acquisitions. We earlier this year swallowed a very kind of small blogging site, but after redirecting all the links, all the traffic came our way and was a really good boost for business. And thinking about it more, I think it's a really kind of underappreciated strategy. There are a lot of marketplaces out there nowadays, like Flippa, Empire Flippers, FE International, where there are some great either businesses or websites being sold, and you can potentially get them at a very fair price or even a bargain price if the value of their traffic, that is basically what they're charging for that traffic, is worth a lot more for you. So I really encourage people to look at acquisitions as a potential strategy in 2017. And why in 2017? Why now? Well, you could have always done acquisitions. This is nothing new, but it is getting harder and harder every year to kind of get yourself out there, how to get known, how to basically grow. Therefore, if you can find a site or or a small business that you can take over and use that to give you some link juice, some traffic, it can be a great head start for you. So I know that at our company, we're definitely going to be looking to try to make some small acquisitions of small sizes that are capable of probably most small businesses could do them. So that's my tip.
Chapter 15, Think Outside the Box. Summary. Expand and diversify. Pick a completely new platform that you can test in 2017. Consider building your own messenger bot. Ask yourself how you can make your content discoverable by digital personal assistants. Market much higher up the funnel. Understand that you need to create relevance and ownership of the consumer's needs before you sell. The resurgence of print is happening. Consider what you can do to combine the power of your online and offline marketing mix. Research to see if there are any websites in your industry sector that you could purchase. Relevant redirects done the right way can be an excellent source of traffic. You can get your copy of Digital Marketing in 2017, the book, over at digitalmarketingin2017.com. Just scroll down, click on the orange order button, and you can choose from ordering the paperback or the Kindle edition on either Amazon.com or Amazon.co.uk. Then, when you've ordered, come back to digitalmarketingin2017.com to claim your bonuses.